So Kill a Bee sent me a box. Literally just a box. It's empty. I hear movement in there. It's probably a couple of wasp nests.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, that's the stuff.
You guys can come back in about an hour. Alright, let's see if I'm smart enough to assemble this thing. I mean, I am sitting in a gaming chair that I did assemble myself, and I have probably built or assembled like 30 of these over the last few years. Wow, that has got some serious weight to it, this base here. Holy crap. I mean, I know I got a little bit weak here recently, but dang. Alright, we've got an arm or a wing. I'd rather have a leg. You guys know I'm a bit of a breast and thigh man myself. Alright, we got our pillows. Very nice. In case we want to take a nap on the job while we're streaming. You can leave this box for the maid to break down and take out. Just kidding, don't have one of those. That's alright, I put the butt in Butler. You know what I mean? It's like Christmas in April. Oh, I like that. Little carbon fiber look on there. So the backrest here actually has an on and off and a mode switch button. That is because this bad boy plugs into power and you are able to use massage function on this bad boy. This is also super soft and squishy, so there's definitely some kind of memory foam in there. Feels really good. Definitely like that carbon fiber look with the red stitching. Very nice, very nice. So these arms are very similar, if not identical, to what is on the Respawn 110. That's been my daily driver for quite a few months. So you might be wondering what these cooking mittens are for. It's because this chair is so damn hot, you don't want to handle it with your bare hands or you'll scorch your damn fingerprints off, boys. You know, being a YouTuber, there's a little bit of flexibility with how I can make this chair become assembled all of a sudden. I can do the old magic trick like this. Yeah, that's a fan favorite. That's a classic there. Or I can slide you guys nice and easy into a dank-ass time-lapse with a hot banger of a track. Let's do that one. Yeah, I built that Mamma Jamma in about 20 seconds flat, boys. World record. So I've been parking my Tookus back and forth between the Respawn 110 and the Von Racer 9015. So this is by a company called Kill a Bee. Their parent company is called Vonbo, and they have a ton of chair companies, or lines, I should say, underneath their umbrella. And Von Racer's been around forever. I've seen them on Amazon for absolutely years. Haven't tried any of their products yet. Let me do a quick comfort test for you guys, and then I'm going to talk about some of the features of this bad boy.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, that's the stuff.
Oh my god. You guys can come back in about an hour. Well, she's vibrating, boys, so you got low, high, transitioning between low and high, and then you have pulsate. So you do have to be wired up for this, so I just have it plugged into the front of my tower here, and that's enough to power it, and that makes sense. One, that keeps the cost down, so obviously us, the consumer, pays less because they don't have to include a battery pack on the chair. Two, you would be constantly recharging it, especially if it's a feature that you use, and if it's a feature that you don't use the vibration, just from having the battery sitting stagnant or unused, it's going to deplete over time anyway. So I don't really think this is a huge deal. I mean, if I plug it into the front of my tower, I'm going to see, okay, I'm plugged in. It is a rather large cord. I can still kind of maneuver around and not worry about ripping it out or anything like that. And then when I'm done and not going to be using the feature, I can basically just untether it, and I'm good to go. So I'm going to do my absolute best not to compare this chair at all to the Respawn 110 over there, but it's kind of hard considering these are in the exact same price point, and this was kind of the golden standard for a good quality budget to mid-range gaming chair for the longest time. Isn't that right, sweetheart? But I gotta say, I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything or say this is a better chair. It is, because there is going to be an in-depth comparison video coming soon, as I do think there are pros and cons to both these chairs, and I do think they're both very, very good gaming chairs. But a couple of the features that really stand out about this particular model, as they do have a whole slew or lineup of different chairs. So first of all, if you are a bigger gal or guy, and you're a little bit wider and whatnot, I'm a pretty average dude. I'm about 170 pounds, 5'11", you know, pretty typical North American frame and whatnot. But I will say, in comparison to something like a lot of these gaming chairs that kind of hug you in, kind of like a racing chair, I mean, we're not on the track here. We're just chilling in our offices and our game rooms. You don't really need that kind of bolstering and whatnot. And this is a lot wider in the back region, so it's a lot more comfortable. You don't really feel squeezed in there. It just feels very, very comfortable. Also, the butt padding, I haven't had my rump, my tuchus contoured like this in years. It feels absolutely amazing. I don't really know how to word that besides the fact that it makes me want to sit in this chair and create more content. It makes me want to sit down, stream, video edit, do the things that a lot of times with previous chairs, not necessarily the Respawn 110, but like previous chairs that I have owned, like that generic $80 Amazon Basics chair that I started with. I just didn't want to sit for long periods of time. And as I'm getting older, I'm 31 years old now, and you know, I've been on deployment where I was sleeping in a little rack on a Navy ship and whatnot. My back isn't what it used to be. I hate to admit that. I like to just think I'm some big bucking stallion, but really, I'm heading for the glue factory, boys. My back is a little bit crispity and crunchity sometimes, and this really helps with that because it is super padded, not only in the rumple, the tuchus region, but also in your back too. Like, it just feels super well padded. Same thing with the armrests here. They're very, very squishy in comparison to something like even the Respawn over here. I just feel like I can dig my elbows in like that, and it doesn't feel like I'm bottoming out the padding and hitting the plastic frame, which is freaking awesome. And then, of course, I did cover the vibration function in the lumbar support, and these pillows are removable, and that's something cosmetically for me I don't really like. And that is something for me personally I'm not a huge fan of what all these gaming chairs do, where they put their logo and their branding all over it. Now, the actual chair itself has no logo or branding on it or anything like that, but the neck rest and the lumbar pillow do have their company name on there, their parent company, Von Racer, which isn't a huge deal because, well, for one, when you're sitting down, none of that stuff is seen on stream or anything like that. And if it's that big of a deal to you, you can get some kind of a patch or emblem with your gamer logo and basically, you know, get that attached to your chair. And that's actually kind of cool to feed into your branding and whatnot. But for me, I think cosmetically, this is a very good looking chair, as I did go with the just straight up matte black option. I think it looks really good, but they do have a whole slew of colors, everything from hot pink, yellow, blue, red, to match your gaming setup. There's not a whole lot of height adjustment here, probably only about 4 to 6 inches, ladies, but sometimes that gets the job done. For me, I actually like to have my chairs bottomed out completely because it puts my legs, my knees at like a perfect 90-degree angle to where I can still be flat-footed on the ground because I have that nice little fuzzy wuzzy rug down there made out of Wookiee back hair or whatever, and I like to have my feet on there. It kind of just feels comforting to me. So I personally just keep it bottomed out, and that's another thing, because of the butt padding being so thick and so padded, even at its most bottomed out setting where you don't have any of that hydraulic spring rebound or anything like that, you actually sink in here. If you bounce like up and down, it actually has a lot of give to it, which can be kind of a bad thing, and I'll explain exactly why. On a chair like the Respawn 110 over here that doesn't have as much butt padding or whatever, you're lower down in the chair. So as you guys see, I'm running a monitorizer here to try and get my eye level directly dead center with my gaming monitor. So if you're wall mounted or something, you might just want to raise up a couple inches, because as you can see, there's a ton of padding here, which is good for your comfort, but also just keep that in mind. You might need to adjust your primary monitor to have it more dead center. Holy crap. Have it more dead center with eye level. And then of course it has fully reclining function, so if you just leave this lever in its up position, it'll be free, basically free motion, or if you just pull it up partially like that, it'll basically stay wherever you set it. You can obviously lay all the way back. You can, of course, lay all the way back like that if you want to take a little break in intermission in between games and whatnot. And then also, of course, it does have the flip-out leg rest here, which, again, not trying to compare it to the Respawn 110 because I am going to do a side-by-side comparison, but this frame feels so dang smooth and durable. Like, it is effortless to slide this thing in and out, and it's like, it feels sturdy. Like, it's not going to break, it's not going anywhere, and it just, instead of coming out kind of whoppy-jawed and all crooked, it just slides out smooth, and then you just flip it out, and you're good to go. And also the padding on the footrest, just like the rest of the padding, is super duper good. So all in all, probably, I would have to say as of now, the most comfortable gaming chair I've sat in. And that's saying a lot because a buddy of mine has a $350 Corsair chair. Another one of my friends has a $400 Alienware chair. And then I have sat in a bunch of the Secret Labs Omega chairs, which I have to say are, in my opinion, extremely overpriced. You're basically paying for the name at that point. because they do the same thing that like a lot of the generic $160, $180 chairs do. Yeah, the materials might feel just a skosh more premium, but I don't think it really warrants several hundred more dollars, to be honest. So overall, I'm incredibly satisfied with this chair. I'm not just saying that because they sent it out to me. I'm not getting paid to say anything about this. This isn't a paid sponsorship. This is literally me talking to the stallions and stallionettes right now. But definitely do want to say thank you to Killa Bee / Vaughn Racing for sending this chair out. This well exceeded my expectations, which is exactly what I told their representative that I'm in email correspondence back and forth with. That this, I mean, I expected it to be pretty good, you know, maybe fair or above, but this literally blew me out of the water. I'm not going to say it's going to boost your credit score 60 points, put an extra 2 inches on your peen and get your wife to stop cheating on you, but what it will do is comfort your rump for those long gaming sessions, which is really all you can ask for out of a chair. If you guys are interested in this chair or any of the models in their lineup, I do have a coupon code down there below that will save you $15 in their entire store. So their cheapest model all the way to their most expensive flagship model, you will save $15, and that is exclusively for the stallions and stallionettes. Just tell them Gamer Heaven sent you. Alrighty guys, if you enjoyed the video, liking it helps it to get seen by more people so it can reach and assist them as well, which in turn helps us to grow this little channel, which we greatly appreciate. As you can tell, she's super excited. Subscribe for more content like this. I cover a lot of news in the gaming community and industry, as well as tutorials helping you get set up, streaming and YouTubing. Get down, Jesus Christ. And I'll see you guys, well, we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.